Students often work out at UMaine's New Balance Student Recreation Center in Orono, but today many of them were there to find work. Will Wagner has more from the university's annual career fair.
Over 1,000 made it out as the University of Maine held their annual career fair.
Today we're having our career fair, which is an awesome event for all of our students. All majors are invited to attend. We have 148 employers joining us today with all kinds of jobs, internships, full-time jobs, summer jobs, and part-time jobs.
So I've been involved with this career fair in particular for about 5 years now, and I'll tell you, the University of Maine does a great job getting the students ready for a career.
There were plenty of opportunities for almost any major.
It is a big one. It's not just engineering. I didn't know I was going to see the police department even here, so we can imagine. Everybody is in here, just like the school is about every kind of profession.
I think that a lot of people find some really great opportunities here. I personally know some people that, have gotten great opportunities for summer jobs and even future jobs, full-time at software companies, forestry companies, engineering companies. Yeah, definitely seems very, very valuable to a lot of students.
Many students said they were able to make connections and have worthwhile conversations with potential employers.
A lot of companies are really looking for interns and jobs this summer, so places I've done previous internships at are here. They're looking to hire full-time, so a lot of prospects.
So I've gotten about 3 places information, 3 employers informations right now. Definitely going to follow up with an email after, just get my name out there, get people talking about me.
Will Wagner, WABI News, Orono.